we're going to get things kicking off pretty quick here. Hold on to your white socks. Hold on to your bobby socks. We'll get things going. Boom, baby. Okay, so massive love shout to everyone in the world. We'll break it down for everybody. Let's break it down. We'll break it down. And what do we got to say? We have to say that we love SHIB. We love the SHIB army. We love the SHIB people. We love everybody in crypto. We love every single person on the planet. That's right. We love you no matter what you're doing, where you are, where you're at. Massive love shout to you. Massive love shout to North America, Canada, and the U.S. Massive love shout out to Mexico. Massive love shout out to South America. Peru, we didn't forget about you. Argentina, we didn't forget about you. We didn't forget about anybody that's in where? That's in South America. Of course not. Colombia, Venezuela. Massive love shout out to Areola. Massive love shout out to you. Yes, how are you doing? Yeah. I know you said hi. I know you said hi. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Right on in the Philippines. Right on. That's awesome. We love the Philippines. I was just there recently. March till February till April 8th. I was there. You didn't see me? Where were you? Philippines is a massive place. 7,001 islands. I don't know if they counted them all, because one seems a little, should be like 695 or it's like 7,001. That's awesome, right? Massive love shout out to the Philippines. Massive love shout out to Asia. Massive love shout out to Africa. Massive love shout out to Europe. Massive love shout out to Australia. Massive love shout out to people in Antarctica. And thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate all the people coming from the Philippines, coming in. Yes, I remember you, Areola. I remember you very well. Which is awesome. It's good to see you. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. And thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate everything that's going on. My son's out to lunch. So, if you haven't noticed, we have been going down in price with SHIB. Areola, I don't know if you're able to look at SHIB. We do recommend that you look at OKX. I know that a lot of people in the Philippines look at Coinbase, and I strongly suggest not looking at Coinbase because they're too expensive. OKX, because they're holding 10 trillion SHIB. Now, I don't know if anyone in the Philippines is able to get in. You have to have a bank account. Not easy, is it, Areola? It's not easy to have a bank account in the Philippines. I know. We were there. It's not easy. L Banks is good. But for transference, it's more like a get to know you kind of thing. And supporting the channel is awesome, by the way, because 80% of everything we take in from this channel goes directly into the SHIB community and as in the form of reduction in SHIB circulating supply. Now, that's what this sign was about. If the auto sector decided that they were going to get into SHIB, which is highly recommended, of course, that they do, the sooner the better, especially at the lower prices. We're looking at lowering the supply by 300 trillion. That's right, 300 trillion. Because the auto sector would do what exactly for SHIB? They would buy it 1 trillion each. So then they divide it by all the outlets. So all the manufacturers, right? Not manufacturers, retail. So all the places that sell their cars, they divide it up by all of them. And then they all pay a portion, and that's where they get the 1 trillion. Now, if every single one of them were to do that, that would leave 289 trillion left in circulating supply. Is that amazing? You're just in your house. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Where in the Philippines? Is it Manila? Cebu? Well, there's lots, 7,000 islands you can be stuck on. But it's good that you're got Wi-Fi. So that's a positive sign. So you got to be in a major city. Or you could be on the outskirts, the ones that have just gotten the internet access. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks so much for supporting the channel. Again, thank you so much. We really appreciate anyone coming in. 80% goes into the reduction of SHIB circulating supply. I'm not sure if you're able to buy SHIB or if you're able to just to look at the channel and come on and thumbs up and take part in the conversation. Ariola, you're 7 years old. OMG, this is for your parents. Yeah, this is like 18 plus. Like 21 plus for, that's awesome that you're able to come in and say hi at least. Okay, Ariola, everybody's shy. You're 7 years old. You come on and you're saying something. They are on. I get over 200 hits a day. But they're in the background. They're just too shy to come forward. This is a shocker to them when they see a 7-year-old come forward and to start talking. That tells them that they should start smartening up and maybe they should start taking part, right? Wow. Yeah, see, and that says a lot, right? And yeah, thank you so much for participating. Yeah, 7 years old, guys, and she's on the channel talking. That's awesome. Mark Anthony still not in the house. Jason Cox is probably on the sidelines, like he's always. Sometimes he comes forward, makes a statement when he wants to have said. Yeah, so we are in the midst of trying to educate the entire world about SHIB because it's the only currency that works for the people. Because it's by investors for investors. The only currency in the world that does that. Thank you. Thank you so much, you 7-year-old little girl. That's awesome. Or boy. Ariola, I'm going to suggest that it's probably a girl. Yeah, so that's awesome, Ariola. Love to see people come in and share, right? Absolutely. And a 7-year-old on top of that to boot. If you got into SHIB when you were like now, by the time you're 20, you would have probably billions in SHIB if you could get your parents into SHIB. Like literally, you would have a lot of money. A lot of money. It costs them like next to nothing to get in. But you're in the Philippines, it's hard for people to get into banks. Going to grade 2. Congratulations. Congratulations. Shout out to the host. Babes channel, massive love shout out to you. We have Ariana. Babes, she's from the Philippines. She is 7 years old. 7 years old. Can you believe it? 7 years old on my channel. Everyone else is so shy, but a 7-year-old kid can come on and say something, and we're talking about investments. That is amazing. Where's the rest of you? I know you're there. You should be there. Everybody should be there. And massive love shout out to every single person that comes in. Massive love shout out to Ariana. Yeah, TY. Touch-out for now. And have a great and wonderful day, Ariana. It's only early there, I know. It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, which is awesome. And have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Can't thank you enough for coming on and saying something. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Tell all your friends where you saw us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like us, give a thumbs up. Tell everybody. Tell everybody about us. Because we're the only ones that is absolutely explaining this the way it's supposed to be explained. Okay? SHIB was going to make you all retire like in no time. Within the next 2 or 3 years. We haven't got the raffle going. Once that raffle gets going, it should be like gangbusters. But even with the raffle not going, that's the whole point of the auto. Point of it was to increase just $25 from each retailer. Just the retailers, not the manufacturers, the retailers. The manufacturers will follow suit anyway because it's in their best interest. They might even go 2 trillion depending on what their standpoint is. So Ford, GM, Fiat, they can all afford to go 2 trillion. SHIB, there'd be no supply. And then they're going to reduce SHIB circulating supply on top of that, just from auto. What about Walmart? And what about, what's a good one? Home hardware. What about those, right? What about Home Depot and Rona? And what's it called in the Philippines? I can't remember what the hell it is. X something hardware stores. And they if they were to do it in the Philippines, that would really, because there's a lot of them in the Philippines. Same thing with Jollibee. Jollibee, same idea. They bought trillions of SHIB or hundreds of billions of SHIB. They do the exact same thing and then they franchise outward. Are you kidding me? How many people go to Jollibee? Right? And then every single transaction that the profit towards gets reduced circulating supply of SHIB. They're making money whether they sell chicken or not. Well, they have to sell chicken in order to get a profit to burn SHIB, right? So they'd still have to turn a profit of some sort. And then they reap the benefits of that. That's the amazing thing about SHIB. So yeah, you're looking at zero supply just from the auto sectors. Guys, that's massive. That's a massive love shout out. She is. Oh. Thanks, babes. Thanks for looking in on Ariana. Well, I'm busy live. I got to talk about what I need to get out. We're not able to host a raffle draw tonight. So sorry. We're not able to host a raffle draw because we didn't sell any tickets in the last 24 hours. So we have a carryover. So it gets carried over to the next day. And all those that get left in escrow, they get to sit and wait until we have 21,000 tickets sold to host an event. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, we're looking into certain aspects of where we can start looking at hosting the raffle. The raffle is supposed to speed things up drastically for SHIB. So in doing so, what's going to happen with SHIB in the future is that we would be reducing SHIB circulating supply every single day massively with 21,000 minimum, which is over just 1,063 people buying tickets. That's it. 20 tickets sold each. There's your 21,000 tickets sold. Boom. Host a raffle draw. That's simple, right? What does a raffle draw cost? Right now, raffle draw costs you 64,000 SHIB, SHIB. So per ticket, that's 64,000 SHIB, which works out to, in US dollars, 63 cents a $63. That's right. 63 cents. Not $63. 63 cents. All right. Yeah. Yeah, 63. Right now, SHIB is sitting at roughly around 20 to 30 million wallet holders outside of Etherscan. So if you look at Etherscan, everything has to go through Etherscan. Yes, they do. There's 1,515,563 wallet holders in Ethereum. That's right. Yeah, I hear you, Ariana. I hear you. Hey. Yeah, so we have right now SHIB's price is 4010575. We said that Sundays are especially undeserving because it's always sell off Sunday. Now, does it mean that it always sells off Sunday? No, it does prove us wrong every once in a while, but 94%, 95% we have sell offs on Sunday. So that's why we call it sell off Sunday in cryptocurrencies. Is that bad or good? Well, it gives everybody an opportunity to buy it, I guess. I acquire it on a Sunday basis. I was thinking about acquiring more because SHIB is undervalued, like extremely undervalued. 55x discount to the rest of the world. So that being said, that gives you an amazing upside. So even with $10, $11 times 55 is $550 on your $11 investment. Woo! Hallelujah. And that's USDT, right? So in the Philippines, that's 56, right? So you get 56 times that, but you have to also consider how much, what that means, right? That means that you had to get, what is it? Oh, 550. To spend 550 pesos. But then you're getting, once it starts getting hit in that value range, now you're making money, a lot of money. Because you go $550 times 55. So if we do the math on it, times 56, sorry. Yeah, there we go. 30,800 pesos. That's right, Ariana. That's right. 550 pesos. 56. No, $550 US. And 56 to 1, right? For pesos. That gives you 30,800 pesos. Woo! And that's what you spent, right? Is 500 pesos, roughly. Plus whatever the exchange charges you to get in pesos. Not bad. Because it's what? Yeah, 55 times 10. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's what you're looking at for your benefit to get to just the value. So you're looking at, 30,800 pesos. For those that don't know, it's 56 to 1. I believe it's 56 to 1, might be 57 to 1 for pesos against the US greenback, US currency. So yeah, that's how powerful SHIB is. No, you only hit that's only the tip of the iceberg. It's not, I don't even think it's the tip, okay, that you hit on SHIB, the power of SHIB. We're trying to educate the entire world about it because a lot of people don't understand what value means in cryptocurrencies. Every time we burn SHIB, everything else goes up in tandem. It acquires more investors than SHIB gets. Like Pepe's like on fire. It doesn't reduce any of its circulating supply. You got Doge, who's constantly printing its circulating supply, and it's doing better than SHIB, which is phenomenal because SHIB is constantly reducing its circulating supply. Means limited supply, higher demand because there's less of it available to the rest of the world. So it should be gaining more traction, not losing traction. SHIB should never go down, period. it's always adding value. So if it's always adding value, why would it ever sell off? That is the trick. Why would it ever sell off? If it's constantly adding value, people don't believe it. That's all it is. All the traders, all the people into it are looking at the Bollinger Bands, the RSI, and one of these days they're going to get hammered, and they're going to get hammered hard, and it's going to hurt a lot. And that's the truth of it. That's where it's going to stem from, and it's going to be massive. Once it starts to get caught up, and organizations, because organizations will set fire to SHIB because they're not naive when it comes to value. They're all looking for value. And here it is in a nutshell. Right now, it's under a cent. So no one's looking at it realistically. No one's looking at it. They're looking at it going, wow, it's very high risk. It's a pink sheet, for heaven's sakes, right? So, yeah, but it's got a $6.2 billion market cap. It still doesn't matter. They don't look at it that way. SHIB should be on fire? Absolutely. SHIB should be taken off like a bat out of hell. Straight through the atmosphere. That's right. Straight up. Green candles all the way. Until it gets to what value? 30595. Once it gets there, it'll be amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Right, so when we get there, we get there. I was going to get into, because this is a happy show, right? This is a happy TV show. We only talk about the best. Lucrative, how you're going to make your money, what's going to happen, how is it going to happen. Just from looking at the auto sector, though, you can start to see it. 289 trillion SHIB left in circulating supply, just from them acquiring 1 trillion. Now, if they did 2 trillion each, guess what? Not enough supply. That's right. You're under 100 trillion SHIB left in circulating supply. You're sitting at that 89 factor. No, you're sitting at that billion factor. Just like that. Just from the auto sector. Buying 2 trillion and then dividing it up. Yeah, that'd be amazing, right? The Oklahoma City Thunder play game 7. Oh, there you go, Jason. You have to tell us how it ends. I know the wife was looking at that. She was looking for Indiana, with our boy, who's now playing for you, or is it playing for Indiana? Yeah. Yeah, Siakam, because he was a Canadian for the Raptors last year. It's this year? Because we traded them all. We traded all of them. We can't afford them anymore. Oh, yeah. So you basically brought them up to play for somebody else. Well, they weren't doing very good because the referees, yeah, we all know about the referees, right? They like to pull punches. And majority of what they pull is against Canadians, unfortunately. We watched it with hockey, too. It was the exact same thing with hockey. It's like ridiculous. It's like they like, I don't know, rigging the game kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, right, Jason? That's why we don't talk about it, right? Because it's controversial. If we talking about a bloody game that's controversial. No, I don't like that team. No, we always get called. The littlest thing we always get stung for. Because these other big players, they're the ones that make the rules. They're the ones calling all the shots. Because of their name. Just because of their name. Because you have a big name. Like Embiid. Remember Embiid? That guy can't do any wrong. Like if he punches you in the face, hey, you got your face there. You get the foul. What? Yeah. That's why we don't cover it. Rowena, massive love shout out to Rowena. Massive love shout out to Jason Cox. Thank you so much for coming in, Jason. And really appreciate you taking time out of watching the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's awesome. Amazing basketball team. Yeah, and they're in the finals this year. Indiana and the Thunder, right? Fighting it out, duking it out in Game 7. Winner! Mass love shot to winner. So yeah, news. There's not much news on Sundays, except we all know what Sundays stand for, right, Jason? Sell off Sundays. Mega love shout out. Winner. Mega love shout out. Thanks everybody for coming and having a great and wonderful time with us. We really appreciate this Sunday. And yes, I wanted to bring out the auto sector. Just the auto sector. Just imagine, guys, you got all the parts associated with the auto sector. Mega, right? NVIDIA, Metaverse, not Metaverse, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Microsoft, what's the other one? AMD, right? AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, IBM, International Banking Machines, IBM. If any of these took part in it too, like just think about it. Just these companies alone, Microsoft, IBM, never mind the cryptocurrency, because we looked at the cryptocurrencies before too. If they did the exact same, just the exact same thing that Koi is doing, guess what our supply would be? Right. How many years? 5 years. And all they got to do is burn $1.52 to $2.10. That's the difference between 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, $1.52 to $1 to $2.10 being burned every single day. Now you're telling me that all these cryptocurrencies can't afford to do that? Of course they can. And they should be doing it to what? Increase their wealth. Now, if they did it within 5 years, we have no supply left. Because what's going to happen? Same thing, Jason, is going to happen to all of them. They're going to increase the amount of burn rate. Now, how much are they going to be able to double to triple? Maybe even 4 times the burn rate. What's going to happen with the supply once they do that? 19,000 cryptocurrencies, reducing SHIB circulating supply by $5, $6, $7, even $10. You're going to start seeing a massive, what? Driving force into SHIB. Because eventually there's not going to be any supply. It's going to continue to drive the price up. People will start to understand what value means then, right? And something that is reducing its circulating supply rather than adding to its supply. Or taking it away and then adding it later. Like Terra Luna did. FTX. Journey fell into the same trap. Went under. Unfortunately, all their SHIB were sold way lower in the 5077 range. That's right. They were selling it at discounted prices, massive discounted prices, because they were forced to liquidate. Now, who got to keep that money? Because it went back on the market. It didn't go away. It went back onto the market. People were buying in droves, but only paying pennies on the glass for it. And that was before the Shibarium came out and burned 56 billion SHIB. Now, we're still waiting on Binance reducing its 1 billion, 2 billion SHIB. Now, can they do 2 billion? Absolutely. And why would they do 2 billion? Well, it's less than half of where they started reducing SHIB circulating supply. So if they really wanted to knock it where it hurts and say that because of the price, we're able to wipe out 10 billion SHIB right now. And we're going to do that. And every time that it's this low, we're going to wipe out 10 billion SHIB every quarter. And they made that statement. Guess what's going to happen to the supply of SHIB? What's going to happen with people watching? They're going to sell off, because that's what yo-yos do. They sell off when they should be buying. And every single person on the planet should be paying attention to it, saying this is an opportunity to win on the dip to buy it. because these yo-yos will sell it when they hear the news. Oh, SHIB just burned another bunch of money. What does that mean? That means I should sell. Yeah, I'll sell it. And I'm going to run and sell it. And everyone else is sitting there going, when do you want to stop selling it? Because I like to get into it, start buying it. And here's the thing, we have no idea when that is. We just start accumulating. We don't want to be like, we might not be able to get in at the bottom, but at least we're getting into it on the dip, right? That's the main point of it. I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks, Jason Cox. Thanks, Marilla. Ariola. Massive love shout out to Jason. Massive love shout out to Mark Anthony. Massive love shout out to Rowena. Massive love shout out to the entire world. Good night and God bless each and every one of you. We always come back and say this to every single person that's out there. John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son as a sacrificial lamb for the people, by the people, right? For you, so that you would have eternal life in heaven. The blood that you understood the price of your sin was something innocent and perfect had to die for it. So that you understood the price of sin. It's not something to take lightly at all. Something pure and innocent had to die for you so that you could be forgiven. Jesus did that for every single person on the planet. During the 2,000 years that he was around, well, 0, now 2,000 years later, through the children of those children's children, so that we would be all forgiven. Isn't that amazing? Hallelujah. Thanks be to Lord Jesus Christ. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Peace out to every single person. And God bless you all. Thanks for coming and paying attention for another edition of, hopefully we didn't get conflicted interest with the games. We don't want to start a debate. This is supposed to be happy times, lucrative times, and prosperity, right? We're always focused on prosperity. Live long and prosper. Nenu. No, don't. That's Mork and Mindy, right? Live long and prosper from who? Spock, right? From Star Trek. Live long and prosper. That's that their number one saying to everybody. Why is that so important? Positive thinking. Always thinking ahead. Right, exactly. God bless each and every one of you. Take good care of yourselves and each other. And have a great and wonderful evening. Cheers for now. Until tomorrow, we'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow.